Hey, today I'm going to be presenting my project over rigor mortis. As you can see on the first slide, rigor mortis is the stiffness of death. As you can see in the background, there is a decedent. You can see that he is rigor mortis, and his arm is kind of sitting up on its own, and his hands are kind of clenched. You can see the stiffness as you look at this picture. Rigor mortis comes from the Latin language. Rigor means stiffness, and mortis means death. Rigor mortis is the stiffness of the deceased, the body, and the limbs. The cause of rigor mortis is the chemical changes that are occurring after death within the body. ATP is what we use for movement and energy. As ATP is depleted in the body, calcium pumps stop working. This causes actin and myosin to link together, bond together. As they're stuck, they cannot release because there's no ATP to do so. The body becomes stiff. Rigor mortis occurs in the third stage of death. It's after livor mortis and algor mortis. Rigor mortis occurs about 2 to 6 hours after someone passes away, dependent on the environment that they passed away in. Rigor mortis can last up to the few hours when it sets in, all the way to 3 days afterwards. Rigor mortis is temporary. The muscles do return back to a relaxed state as decomposition continues. There are factors that can change how quickly the body goes into rigor and the stage of rigor, how rigid the body is. Those are temperature, physical exertion, age, illness, and body fat. For example, temperature, if the decedent dies in a warmer area or if it's hot, this can onset rigor mortis to occur quicker. Physical exertion, that depletes the oxygen in your body. If someone worked out right before they died or did a lot of physical activity, there's not as much oxygen in the body, and this can cause rigor mortis to also occur quicker. Age and illness both affect it, and body fat, it is a insulator, and that can actually slow the process of rigor mortis. There are different levels of rigor mortis. As I was saying earlier, the environment that someone passes away in can affect how rigored they are. If someone just passed away, they are not going to have any rigor mortis. It's absent. As you move forward, it'll go from minimal to moderate to advanced to complete. After the complete stage of rigor mortis, when the person is very stiff, very hard to move, hard to work out the rigor mortis, it will pass and the body will release once again, relax. Rigor mortis is a chemical change. The reason it's a chemical change is because all of the molecules in our body are starting to change. After death occurred, the pH in our body is changing. The ATP is now gone. The calcium pumps are no longer working. All of these things make it a chemical change and not a physical change. So rigor mortis can be relieved as we are in the prep room, as embalmers and funeral directors. So by bending the body and flexing the body, the arms and the legs mainly, this can kind of work out some of that rigor. Also, when we are bathing the decedent, if we have soap or massage cream, anything like that, we can work out some of the rigor by massaging the limbs, the neck, getting all of that stiffness out, or at least some of it, so we can position the body better before embalming. So the reason that rigor mortis is so important is because it affects everything we do in the prep room. if we're setting features, rigor mortis is going to have to be looked at for that. We're going to have to get some of that rigor out if we are going to be wanting to close the mouth and they passed away with it open and it's rigored that way. To get the hands in the position that we would like them in, we need to work out that rigor. Casketing the body, if we're embalming, rigor can affect the embalming process. It can cause clots in our veins and vessels. It can cause them to be occluded. Rigor mortis affects everything we do in the prep room, and it's very important to understand and be able to work out and figure out ways to work around. As we move into the last slide, this is just a video clip of a more in-depth video of what's occurring inside of our body to cause rigor mortis. I found it interesting. It explains a lot of the smaller details that cause rigor mortis. I liked it. If you want to watch it, you can. Thank you very much. Bye.